What's going on YouTube? Thanks for tuning in to this video. I'm Nash, and in this video we're going to break down the two different types of RV parks that there are. But first, make sure to like and subscribe so we get off to a good start. Alright guys, so thanks for tuning in to this video. If you're watching this, you're probably in the midst of starting an RV park, or you're thinking about it, or maybe you're already far down the road. But this is hopefully going to give some insight to you on what kind of RV park you should start and what types of RV parks there are. And really, I categorize them. This is all my opinion, but I think in general overview, this is pretty accurate, that there are two different types of RV parks. Two different types of RV parks. There are RV parks that are catered for tourism and travel, and there are RV parks that are catered for affordability. So tourism, travel, and affordability. I think it all comes down to those two. So if we're diving into each one, travel RV parks and tourism RV parks are simply a short-term type of deal in which, you know, maybe it's near an attraction or it's near a place in which there's a lot of travelers. So maybe it's like Florida or California, or maybe, you know, somewhere near the Grand Canyon, or maybe it's in, the Carolinas somewhere, or somewhere where there's something going on, maybe Savannah, Georgia, places in that regard. Colorado has a lot of them as well. Places where there are a lot of things that bring people in for a short period of time, and they capitalize on that. And it's kind of a short-term type of deal. So usually people stay for a couple days, maybe a week, maybe a month, but typically no longer than a month or two, a couple months. You don't really see people, a tourism travel RV park is not going to be year-round. Obviously, it's going to be seasonal. So that's the first type of RV park. The second type is affordability. Now, affordability is exactly what it sounds like. It's affordable. It's low cost to get into the RV park, right? Maybe it's, well below what the average rent would be, and people are staying there because it's affordable. And to me, out of these two, I prefer the affordable way. I prefer the affordable RV parks. Both have their pros and cons, but I do appreciate the affordable. It's going to be people that are staying for, years on end. Typically they stay for at least a minimum of a year, but sometimes 6 months, and they're long-term renters. They're long-term renters, and maybe they live an average life. They're people in your local community, and they just happen to live in an RV or, a fifth wheel or some kind of travel vehicle, but they kind of stay put, actually, and they just live, within the vicinity, and they work, a usual job typically, and they just live somewhere that's affordable. So that's kind of the two. Now, if we go through the pros and cons of them, starting with the travel RV park, the travel RV park in the short term is going to make great gains. Travel RV parks can charge more per night. They can charge more per week, and that is a big advantage to them, is the short-term rental. So obviously you're going to charge people more per day than you would per month. So they capitalize on this, especially in busy months, busy weeks. They bring their the prices are a little higher, and they get people for seasons. Now, so that's the positive, is that it's for short-term rentals. You make great gains. Maybe half of the year you're making fantastic money. However, the short-term concept and the travel RV park is very subject to worldwide tourism trends. So for instance, like what happened in 2020, that really affected tourist RV parks, right? People were not traveling as much, and as a result, they were very affected because they rely on tourism, they rely on travel. So that could be a big deal. If the tourism market as a whole is affected, the tourist RV park is going to get affected as well. Also, I think wherever you are, if you're a tourist RV park, you really need to market yourself very well. You need to put yourself out there, because you're trying to attract eyes, and you're trying to attract RVers from all over the United States and maybe even the world. So you have to really have a good strategy for that and how you're going to edge out the competition. I will say there is a little bit more competition with travel RV parks, because that's typically what that's typically what RV parks are known for, as travel destinations, or tourist destinations, which people are going to attractions and they stay at an RV park nearby, right? So that's the travel RV park and its pros and cons. Now we'll get into the affordable RV park and its pros and cons. So I actually have an affordable RV park, so I don't market myself as a tourist RV park. I market myself as an affordable RV park. And I come way below what the typical monthly rent would be in my area, and that attracts a lot of people that are local and just want a cheap place to live. And so the major benefit with an affordable RV park is that there's always going to be a high demand. So typically getting these parks full is not going to be hard for you, right? And along with that, you get long-term renters, which means you have less people coming in and out, which means less micromanaging. With the tourist RV park, you're gonna have a lot more micromanaging. You're gonna have to be there at all times because there's people coming in and out constantly. That's a big mindset shift in regards to management compared to an affordable RV park. An affordable RV park, you know the people that are there. There's not as much movement. It's very consistent. It's very reliable. The numbers are very consistent. So you even on a yearly basis can project what you're going to be making. Whereas with the tourist RV park, it's very up and down. There might be good years and bad years, you know, and tourist trends go up and down. So that really changes a lot. Whereas with an affordable RV park, you know what you're going to get and you can predict your numbers pretty well. I will say for the negative is that you're not able to charge as much because you're going on a monthly rate. So obviously the tourist RV park is going to win in the short-term game, but I think in the long-term game, if you know and you have consistency, you're always going to know what your numbers are and you can build off of that. And the consistent numbers to me are very nice to have. I like the reliability of it. I like the fact that there's always a demand. So even in hard times, that really helps the affordable RV park, whereas hard times might hurt the travel RV park. So you got to think about that. There is a lot of volatility right now. Obviously, inflation is crazy and people are just trying to save money. That's helping affordable RV parks and it's hurting travel RV parks. People don't have as much money to go out, you know, to a trip to Colorado or to Utah or wherever. Instead, they're having to be in their local communities, finding ways to save money. And one of those ways may be living full-time in an RV and just staying put. And that's where the affordable RV park is going to win. But it does have some downsides in that, you know, the money is not going to be as good as the travel RV park, but it is going to be more consistent. And I prefer the affordable RV park overall in the long run. I think the travel RV park has its place, and it's been a well-established RV park style for a long time. But I think you're going to see the trend in 2023 is more affordable RV parks. And I think they work extremely well. And I've had a couple emails from you guys, a couple comments, you know, people asking for advice, you know, starting RV parks. And I heard one guy in New Mexico, he sent me an email and he was, you know, wondering what he should do. He's in rural New Mexico. And my advice is, honestly, if you're in a place like rural New Mexico or rural Texas or, you know, somewhere in that kind of ballpark, that you should market yourself as affordable because you're probably not getting as much tourism there. You're getting more average, everyday people where jobs are kind of getting few and far between. They're drying up and people are just trying to save as much money as they can in those rural areas. And that's a great opportunity for you to come in and offer something different. This whole idea of an affordable RV park, to me, it's, you know, it's been around, but I think people have always kind of thought tourist RV park. But really what we're seeing is a shift in a more affordable RV parks. More, you know, everyday average people living in RV parks, and it's becoming more normalized, and we're going to see that more and more. And I think it's a great idea to capitalize on it in 2023. You should think about it. I myself have an RV park of 14 renters, and I haven't had barely anybody leave. My RV park's been open since September of 2021, and I've only had 2 people leave premises since I opened, which was over a year and a half ago. And I can see how people really want to stay in an RV park for a long period of time because it's much cheaper than the average rent. So think about that and take advantage. And if you want to see how much money an RV park makes, watch this video to the side here. If you want to see how I started my RV park, watch this video on this side here. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to leave your comments down below and like this video if you got some value out of it. If you leave your comments, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.